No, I'll be honest with you. I'm not well acquainted with a lot of the paranormal stuff. I do know a bit about it, but I wish I knew more. You know, is all I can say. Um, I want to be able to find people who are willing to send in, you know, their stories and things of that nature. If you want to send your stories in, feel free to. Summer, Todd brought that up last night. She is willing to take stories if you trust her and feel comfortable with her, and send her, you know, stories and let her read them, and she's willing to make topics of it for the entire episode. So feel free to send her your stories. You can send me your stories too. I'll do the same. My email is rogerhanson1969@gmail.com. In your headline for the email, let them know that it's paranormal story or a wonderful world of weirdness. Put that up there. That way I know when I read the messages, because I get a lot of spam, so I have to sift through it. So just let me know in the headline that you're contacting me because of the wonderful world of weirdness, or that you have a story, you know, something that sticks out to me when I read through the emails. So that is some of the stuff that I have been working with, and like I said, man, I got the chats open. If you guys have questions or you want to say something, feel free to say something. I'm sitting right here in front of it. I got it posted even on the stream. So you guys are more than welcome to get involved in the conversation, okay? So I'll even type something in. I'll say, make a comment, guys. And there you go. So it's like I said, I'm live, you know. I'm doing this stuff right here. I'm doing fine, Searcher. I'm glad to see that you're on there. Appreciate it. Now, if you have any questions or if you want to make any comments about what I said, feel free to do so. Now, with Summer Todd too, we were having good conversations last night when it came to the stories and everything, and she really does want your guys' stories. All right, I'm not just saying that, you know. She's real serious about that, and she is a great person. She's gonna respect, you know, your privacy. So, you know, just if you want her to keep your name out of the story, it's perfectly fine. She has no problem with that. And if you want her to say your name, she's more than willing to do that too. It's just a matter of what you want. So feel free to hit her up and you know, send her a story. Heck, if nothing else, you know, and that's another thing I should be doing too. I should be plugging our Discord channel. We have an awesome Discord channel, guys. If you guys really want to get behind the scenes of what's going on with the wonderful world of weirdness, give up Facebook. You know, give up well, no, not Minds, actually. We've got a good network going on. Minds chat too. Okay, so if you want to know what's going on with wonderful world of weirdness, give up Facebook. Go on to Minds or go on to Discord and hook up there, because we are putting stuff out every day on there. You can go to my channel, which is or I'm saying my channel on Minds Chat, which is Live with Roger Hansen. You can also go on to Old Man Talking, which is in the chat rooms. We've also got questions and answers, which I can invite you to later on through those channels, because it's hard to find when you're searching it. I know that much. Alright, okay, so Searcher1 asks if you've ever heard of Duality Pass, about hikers. Yes, the hikers in the Russian mountains. Yes, I have. Now, when it comes to that story, I don't agree with the outcome that they came up with. Like, I don't believe their theory how that happened. That's probably one of the craziest stories I've ever heard in my life. I wish I could find people who actually have more content on that subject, because like every time I watch videos and read about it, like everybody just says the same old thing. It's like banter, you know what I mean? Well, personally, what I believe happened was there was an experience that happened there that turned these people against one another. I don't believe that like they just freaked out and traveled in different directions. I believe that they killed each other. That's my personal take on it. Maybe the last person that survived did that, but they claim that like these people split up and went their own directions and stuff, but I think they actually flipped out and started killing each other. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know, you know, and everybody that I've talked to about it seems to have their own opinion when it comes to that story. But it's interesting because you're the second person who's mentioned that, and I think that is a pretty interesting topic. That's something that I'd like to bring up eventually. Yeah, you know, the UFO thing I could understand, but I mean, Yeti, you know, well, maybe it could be, but you know, why was there one survivor who strayed away from the camp? Yeah, well, actually, they were all found in different areas, I believe, weren't they? Their tent was destroyed, and they were found in different areas, locations. So, I don't know for sure if that's true or not, because I'm just going off of stuff that I actually found, but it's been said that they were found in different locations, that they had roamed away from their camp after destroying their tent and everything, which I find that kind of odd. I do. Yeah, their tongues. Searcher says I can't get over that the tongues were missing and bones crushed. Yeah, that's what's so strange about it. You know, I do find that odd, and that they didn't come out with a good explanation for that. Like, they just kind of brushed it off and came up with a BS story to go with that. So I do think that that's pretty odd. I really do think it is. So, and Searcher, that goes out to you too. What I said, if you want to come on and you want to be a part of the show, you're more than welcome, because I'd love to freaking, you know, pick your brain, kind of get your take on how all that works, or what your thoughts are on that. So if you do want to do that, let me know. I'll be more than happy to set something up to where we can sit and actually have a good conversation about that. Yeah, the lead investigator wouldn't sign off, is what Searcher1 said, and The reason why I'm reading it back is because the chat is probably not coming out as good as what it possibly could. But yeah, that it is true. The investigator wouldn't sign off. And yeah, I understand. You said you don't have a working mind, Mike. I'm glad to have you here. At least we're having the conversation now. So if you ever do get your mic set up, that's all you need. You don't need to worry about all this cam stuff. That's just extras. I have my issues with cams. If you haven't noticed, I don't feel that people want to see an old man with a beard down to his freaking chest. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, if you ever get a mic, you're more than welcome to come on, man. And if you were the one who brought it up before, I'm sorry if I didn't recognize you. You know, yeah, I appreciate you bringing it up too, because that's an excellent story, and I think that a lot of people should know more about that. That's one of those mysterious stories that, you know, mainstream. And believe it or not, guys, you might not believe this, but there is a mainstream paranormal. Believe it or not, there is. Like, there's people who put popular videos up when it comes to paranormal, and they don't care about the, you know, off-topic stuff. Like I'm doing the Skinwalker Ranch. You know, I mean, there's very few people who actually know there's a book written about it. You know what I mean? So I went in and I started my series on the actual book and what they were saying. So that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. And he's talking about Yetis, you know. There's tons of stories about the Yeti and about UFOs in Russia and stuff like that. And that's the kind of stuff that I do want to bring up, and I want to be able to make a series out of, you know. I think that's very good. Thank you, Searcher. That's really good. So let me see how much time we've got. I think we've done pretty good. Now if and I don't know for sure if I really want to mention it, but we have been having issues with trolls. Okay. I have been monitoring the channel and stuff. You know, I'm okay with people downvoting videos. I have no problem with that whatsoever. I respect people's opinions. They can downvote if they want to, okay? But all I ask is don't be a dick. That's what my buddy Jaffe Ryder says. He says, just don't be a dick. You know what I mean? And I agree with him. That's probably the best thing he's ever said. And he says a lot. He talks. I mean, he talks a lot, okay? But that's the coolest thing he's ever said. He said, just don't be a dick. And I agree with him, you know. When you come on and you make comments, if you disagree with what's being put up, just be respectful, okay? I have a guy who, with the UFO stuff that I've been posting, who's very religious, and he has his view at a religious angle about how he feels UFO thing is, and I respect him for it. I even think he's simple enough, right? But he comes on and he makes his comments and he gives positive feedback. He tells people, you know, this is what I think, and